Hi, this is Eric Carter, student physical therapist assistant, and we're doing range of motion testing of flexion of the hip and manual muscle testing for external rotation of the hip. And I have here Jordan as a patient, client, and I just washed my hands, so we'll go ahead and get started. Are you okay to do this, Jordan? For some range of motion testing and muscle testing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it okay if I touch your skin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll start out with doing the range of motion for flexion first. And what I'm going to have Jordan do is go ahead and bring this knee, bend this knee upwards, bend the knee. Now as far as you possibly can, there you go. Now put it back down. Now I'm going to go ahead and test it passively, just to make sure that we have good movement. Yes. Okay, now I want you to go ahead. Our landmarks for the axis is the greater trochanter. The stationary arm is the lateral midline of the torso. The moving arm is the lateral midline of the femur. So we'll go ahead and expose the midline here. Bring this up. We'll see where the greater trochanter is. There, we've got it. Okay. Now, Jordan, if I can go ahead and have you do that again, bring your knee up towards your chest as far as you can. Okay. I'm going to place the axis on the greater trochanter. Stationary arm on the midline of the torso. And then bring the moving arm up to the midline of the femur. Okay. Are you doing okay, Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, looks like we have 116 degrees of flexion. Okay, you can go ahead and put your leg down. Okay. So I'll go ahead and record that. It's 116 degrees of flexion. Now we're going to go ahead and do, was there any pain or anything in that, Jordan? No? Okay. We're going to go ahead and do manual muscle testing of external rotation. So if I can get you, Jordan, to sit at the edge of the table here. Okay, scoot back where your knees are back there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to have you do is bend your leg inward like this. Let's put this over. Hold on. Don't cross your feet. Okay. You're going to bring this over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my hand right here as stabilizing, and I'm going to push outwardly on this without you wrapping your feet around there. No helping with the other leg. And then I'm going to push outward, and you're going to resist me, okay? Now, I want you to put this leg over like this, okay? Now, you can go ahead and hold onto the table here and stuff, and for this right here, you want to make sure that they're not getting any hip hike or anything like that as they're compensating. That would be the same for the range of motion also for the flexion. If they're not, you want to make sure they're not bringing their hip up or anything. Okay, now Jordan, I want you to go ahead and bring this in about right here. Now hold it. Now, are you ready? Okay. Now hold, 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 hold. Okay? So, that would be a grade 5. So there was no budge. If there was a little budge, there would be a grade 4. If he was able to hold against gravity, and I was able to push him all the way through, it'd be a grade 3. For a grade 2, 1 and a 0, be laying prone. And if you want to go ahead and do that, Jordan, just lay down here. So for a grade 2, go ahead and place his leg into a little internal rotation, and then I just go, okay, Jordan, you can just rotate your foot outward, and if he was able to do that, it'd be a grade 2, and then we'd come up here and we'd palpate for the piriformis, and I'd say, okay, Jordan, go ahead and rotate your foot outward, and if there was no movement, we could feel a little bit of movement in the piriformis. That'd be a grade 1. If there was nothing, it'd be a grade 0. And I would go ahead and record that on here as a 5. And then that's it. So thank you, Jordan. And thank you.